Gravity. It's pulling me down into the depths of a Korean restaurant's basement on the DMZ. So I was at this meet and greet networking sort of evening that gets put on every once a month at this one pub downtown. And I was talking to someone who worked in marketing and said that you should really put out videos that are 5 minutes in length, and don't even think about putting a video that's an hour long, because who's going to watch the whole hour? Well, all of my tutorials are an hour long because I don't figure that if I put these little pieces of tutorials on, I mean, the average video on YouTube is like 10 minutes. And I figure if I put these little pieces on YouTube and then you have to piece them all together into one tutorial, then you have to sort of hunt around on the site to find the full tutorial, and it's just a pain. So I like to have everything in one spot. So yes, it ends up with a video that's, over an hour long, but well, it's not my bandwidth, it's Google's. So you get the whole tutorial in one spot. To play Gravity, you will probably need a baritone guitar, but we don't have a baritone guitar. Or at least I don't have one. I just have a regular guitar. So we're going to learn Gravity on our regular guitars. Because who needs a baritone guitar anyway? You could always just take this video and just slow it down and lower the pitch.
And then it will sort of sound like a baritone.
Gravity. Pulling us down into the depths of fingerstyle. Let's get started. Verse 1 is going to start with this sort of D major shape here. That's at the 7th fret. So 7, 8, and 7. After that, your right hand is going to be thumb, ring, middle, index, and then hit. And then there's a hammer on the 2nd string from 7 to 8. So 7, 8, and then play 8 again. Next, play the 6th string, hammer on from 7 to 9. Play the 7th fret note on this 2nd string, hit, and then after that you're going to move one position towards the sound, hold, and then there's a bend on the 10th fret, and then you get this note that's on the 8th fret 2nd string. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you get to this note, the note that's on the 8th fret, keep your finger there because you're going to get this shape, sort of F major 7 shape, but at 10, 9, and 8. So you go thumb, index, middle, ring, hit. After that, you're going to slide 8 to 10. These are your fingers. Your 3rd finger has gone down to the 1st string. And then slide to 10 and 12. So you have a hit, and then slide from 10 to 12. Next after that, once you've gotten to 10 and 12, you're going to leave your 1st finger in the 10th fret, and you're going to do sort of a pivot bar, which means you squish your finger and it covers 2 of these frets, and you go thumb, index, middle, ring, hit, and then go to the 8th fret, and then you're going to do 7, pull off, this is 8, pull off to 7, and then 8. Fret on the 2nd string with your 2nd finger, and this gets us ready to go back to the same sort of D major shape in the 2nd bar. So again, going back up to this F major 7 shape, 1, 2, slide, 3, do the pivot bar, hit, and then pull off, and then 8th fret. Okay, next, go back to this D major shape, 1, 2, 3, hit. Slightly differently, you're going to move up 1 fret, and this is 8, 10, 8. After that, you need to get back to your F major 7 shape. You can leave this index finger into the 8th fret. 1, 2, this is 8 and 10. Slide up to 10 and 12, and you're going to do a triplet figure. So keep 10 and 12 here, and your 2nd finger is going to go onto the 3rd string and do this. Okay, so 1, this is all just in like a triplet. So 1, 2, 3 evenly, and then you're going to hit and swipe across all of the strings with your index finger. Cool. All right, so that's the first little bit. After that, we're going to go back into the first position, slide from 2 to 4 on the 3rd string, just after you get the 6th string note. So 1, hammer on from 3 to 5, hit. This is 3, pull off to 2, 0, index, and then a 6, 3rd, pull off 2 to 0, hit. Slide quickly from, I guess you can use your first finger for this, but I use my second finger. Slide quickly from 2 to 3, open first, and then get this note, that's a C that's in the 1st fret, 2nd string. You need to use your first finger here because now we're going to get an A minor 7 pattern. 1, 2, pull off. Now you're going to get your second finger onto the 3rd string, 2nd fret. This is 3, 4, and then pull off 2 to 0, and then your 2nd string open. Okay, so I'll do those 2 bars again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And next, A minor 7 pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Next, we have to go up into higher position. So we're going to go from we're at measure 7 now. So 1, slide from 2 to 4, 3, hammer on to 5, hit, go to the 2nd fret, hammer 2 to 3, and then get this note, 5th fret on the 1st string with your pinky finger. Next, arpeggiate thumb, index, middle, go all the way up to the 7th fret, hit, and now this is 7 and 5, so your pinky finger stays there, and you're going to get this note on the 5th fret with the 2nd string. And you slide from 7 to 8. Next, after that, you get thumb, index, thumb, 7 and 5, hit. This next one is you're going to pull off your pinky finger to the notes that you've barred here in the 5th fret with your index finger that was already there, and you get your thumb on the 5th string at the same time. So that's hit, pull off, and then get your 3rd string open with your index finger. After that, you're going to hammer on the 5th to the 7th fret and get your thumb on the 4th string note. 1, this is beat number 3. So hammer on to 7, and then get the 4th string open, 5th fret, 1st string, hit, and then you're going to do a little bit of a trill thing, a gruppetto thing, where you do a quick hammer on and a pull off. And then you get the 4th string note by itself. Okay, so starting again, we're going to do that whole line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Continuing on. Now we're going to get to 7. We're going to go, once we're already here, we're going to slide up to the 9th fret, 9, 7, and 8. So 1, hit, next pull off 8 to 7, and then get this note on the 7th fret, but this time on the 3rd string. Next, open, open, open. Go to the 4th fret, hit, and then you're going to hammer on the 3rd string, 5 to 7. As you hammer on here, you're going to get the 5th string open. And this is another one of those pivot bars at the 5th fret. 1, 2, and then you're going to release your pivot bar because you're going to get the open 4th string. And then you're going to pull off 5 to 4. And then slide down all the way to the 2nd fret, hit, and then slide from 2 to 4 and the 2nd string open. Okay, so that bar by itself, again, 9, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 1. Sorry, that was 3, 4, 1. This is your pivot bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so once you've slid here, once you've done your slide from 2 to 4, you're going to slide all the way up to the 12th fret here. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either slide up with 2, 3, and 4, like this, or you can slide up with your index finger to the 12th fret, but I find this is a little bit awkward to slide up with the index finger. like that. So I'm gonna slide up with 2, 3, and 4 first, okay? So I get my 6th string open first, and I do a sort of arpeggio where I get index, middle, and ring. Okay, so 1, 2. Next after that, I need to do this figure here at the 12th fret. So even though I've slid up with 2, 3, and 4, I need to switch them around for my bar with the first finger here. So I bar at the 12th fret, hammer on to 13, pull off, and get 14 quickly on the 3rd string. Cool. After that, like this, I'm going to get this note on the 12th fret, 3rd string, hit, hammer on from 11 to 12, open string, and then I'm going to go back all the way to first position to this like sort of a C on the 2nd string, 1st fret. 1, 2, and the last little figure before I go into pre-chorus is slide from 2 to 4, bar, pivot bar on the 3rd fret for 2nd and 1st strings, and then hit, and then it's 5 to 7, and then open on your 1st string. This open on the 1st string is important because we're going to do a series of harmonics, which kind of announces the beginning of the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus starts off with some harmonics and some repeated notes on the 6th string. What you're going to do is play 3 open E's on the 6th string, and there's 2 different ways that you can do this. Either you use your thumb and do some sort of alternate picking thing, like this, or you can just play the 6th string 3 times rapidly with your thumb. It's up to you. Do this and do whatever one that you find is best. Next after that, once you've done those 3 notes, you're going to get the 2nd and 1st strings as harmonic notes on the 12th fret. Hit once, get 2 harmonics at the 7th fret, but this time the 2nd and the 3rd strings. Hit again, and then get 2 other harmonic notes, which are at the 5th fret. And this is on the 4th and on the 3rd strings. 1, 2, there you go. After that, beats 3 and 4 are exactly the same as beats 1 and 2. So your 3 notes, harmonics at the 12th, hit, 7th, hit, and then 5th. The next measure after that, you're going to get the 6th string open, tap at the 5th fret, and get the 5th fret notes here on this is the 3rd and the 2nd string. So 1, and then after that hit. So open, tap, 5th fret note on the 6th string again, and then this is the 3rd and 2nd strings together. Hit, and then you're going to slide from 5 to 7. So you slide, and then after that you need to get this note at the 7th. So you slide from 5 to 7, and then when you get that, your 2nd finger, which is here on the 3rd string, I'm pretty sure this is the way this goes. Your 2nd finger releases and goes onto the 4th string. So you've like slide from here, and then you get this note on this is 7th fret over on your left hand, but it's 6th, 4th, and 3rd strings. And then you arpeggiate 6th, 4th, and then the 3rd and the 2nd strings together, but you can get these 2 notes at the 7th fret with your 3rd and 4th fingers. So I'm not 100% sure if you can slide like that and you need all those fingers, or if you can just get away with using 1, 2, and 3. I guess it's up to you. You can decide what sounds the best. But what we're going to do here is we're going to hit, slide from 5 to 7, and then after that you're going to sort of reposition your fingers and you get to the 7th fret to do these 2 notes, 6th, 4, and 2nd string, and then thumb, 4th string, 3rd and 2nd string with your middle and ring fingers. Hit, and then slide from 5 to 7, and then get these at 9 and 8. This is all done on the 4th string. So hit, slide, and then 9 and 8. Alright, so if we look at that measure again, so this 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. After that, we're going to go back up to the 12th fret. Get your series of harmonics again. 7th, 5th. Here's a little bit of a variation. 12th fret, hit, And your harmonics on the 7th fret are just on the 1st and 2nd strings. Hit, and then your harmonics again on the 4th and 3rd strings. Alright, next. Tap on the 6th string at the 5th fret, slide from 5 to 7, and then the triplet that you're going to do here is going to be at the 7th fret. So slide from 5, slide to 7, 1, 2, 3, and then you can hit on the 7th fret. Okay, so that's the end of the pre-chorus, a very short pre-chorus, but again, just some sliding in the 5th and 7th fret. And now we're going to do the chorus. The chorus starts out at 8, 9, 8, and 7, but there's two different ways that you can do this. Either you do a shape like this with your thumb. This is 8, 9, 8, and 7. Or you can use your second finger like this. As you probably know, I'm not a really big fan of this thumb position, so I'm going to probably stick with doing this. So this is 8, 9, 8, 7, hit. Do a pull off from 8 to 7 on the 1st string. Get this note on the 10th fret, and when you do get it on the 10th fret, you're going to use your pinky finger and shift over and use your second finger to get to this note on the 10th fret on the 6th string. 10, 10, open, and then 8. So that's 2 10s here, 10, 10, open 3rd, and then this note on the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Hit, pull off from 10 to 8 with your pinky finger, and then get this note on the 7th fret, 2nd string. Next. Next it's thumb, index, middle, ring finger, so 3 open strings, hit, hammer from 7 to 8, and then get your 1st string open, and then next little arpeggio is kind of like a let ring thing, which means that you're going to have some unison notes, and just make sure you keep your finger on the guitar to let those notes ring. Pull off from 8, 7, get the 3rd string, 9th fret, get the open 1st string this time with the same note with your ring finger, and then next you're going to get your 2nd string open with your middle. Next, this is 5, this is 7, and then this is open. Okay, so 5 with your index finger, thumb with your thumb on your 4th string, and then open 2nd string. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. Okay, after that, we get to our first ending. First ending, it's going to be in 1st position. Hammer on to the 3rd fret. 2, 0. Pull off from 1 to 0 on the 2nd string. And then get this note on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Play the 4th string note twice. Pull off 2 to 0. Hit, and then slide from 2 to 4. That's on the 4th string. Slide from 2 to 4. And then get this note, which is on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, after that, you're going to get 2 open strings, pull off 1 to 0, hit, slide from 1 to 2, and then get 2 open strings. And after that, you're going to do a pull off from 3 to 0 on the 1st string, 3, 0, 1, pull off to 0, and then 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty straightforward. All in 1st position, really straightforward. Okay, next after that, the repeat means you're going to go back and do measure 17 again. So we'll just quickly review that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Next, we're going to go to the second ending. So its second ending starts up like the first ending does. Hammer on, hit, pull off, and get this note, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Repeat the 4th string twice, pull 2 to 0, and then slide quickly from 2 to 4, and then get your 3rd string open, and then 2 back again here on the 4th string. Alright, and then the last, to finish the pre-chorus, there's 2 different ways you're going to finish it. When you finish doing the pre-chorus the very first time and the third time, you're going to finish it like this. Okay, so you go 0, 0 to 2, hammer on to 3, 0 to 2, 0 to 2, and then you can snap like that if you like. Open 6th string. There is a second way to finish the pre-chorus, and that's what we're going to look at when we go into the bridge, and we're going to look at when we finish verse 2. Okay, so verse 2 starts off exactly as you've already learned. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, cool. Next after that, we're going to do the variation on verse 2. So you're going to go into the 4th position. Your second finger is going to be on the 5th string, 5th fret. Hammer on from 5 to 7, and then get this note, 4th string, 4th fret, hit, and then slide, hit, and then slide from 4 to 5, quickly back to 4, and then get this note on the 2nd fret. 2 open strings, hit, and then you're going to pull off 3 to 2, and then open 5th string. Okay, next you're going to get your A minor 7 chord. First, let that ring over to the first beat, and then down, up, on beat 2, and then you're going to get this note. It's the first string, first fret, 2nd string, pull off from 1 to 0, 2, and then 0, hit, and then 2, pull off to 0, and then open 2nd string. Okay, so back to the beginning of that line again. 1, we're up back in here in fourth position. Back up into the beginning of the line. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, let it ring, and then hit, 3, 4, pull off. Okay, cool. After that, there's a little variation here, kind of, I don't know what you can call it, but let's do it. So 0, open 6, open 5th, hammer on from this, and then hammer on 0, 2, and 4, open 3rd. This is pull off from 4 to 0, 4 on the 4th string, open, and then pull off 2 to 0, open 5th, get up to 4th position, which means that your second finger is going to go into the 5th fret on the 4th string, hammer on 5 to 7, hammer on 4, 5, 7, and then hammer on from 5 to 7, but switch positions here, okay? Like that. So you can use your stronger fingers, 1 and 3 to hammer on. Next, after that, pull up 8 to 7 with your pinky, and you're going to move up all the way to 8, all the way to 7th position. So pull off with 8 to 7 like this, and then get your note that's on the 3rd string, 9th fret, with your 3rd finger, 7th fret, pull off from 9 to 7, 3rd string, and then open strings. Okay, so I'll do that measure by counting the beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, opens. Cool, really straightforward, really easy passage to do with some nice pull-offs and hammer-ons and stuff like that. Okay, you're going to repeat the pre-chorus, repeat the chorus, but you're going to move on to the bridge, which means we have to do that variation that I talked about at the end of the chorus. So once you finish doing the second chorus, you're going to do this little variation on the end of the chorus, which takes you to the bridge, which is the tapping part. Okay, so the end of the chorus 2 is like you would expect, except you hit on the 4th beat, and then you're going to tap onto the 7th fret. Like that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, cool. Next, the tapping bit starts, the fun part. So the symbol that is a circle with a line through it is going to be tapping with your right hand. Your right hand taps on 8, 10, and 12. Your left hand takes care of tapping on most of the time on the 2nd and 1st strings. Okay, so we start off by tapping first in the 8th fret with your first finger, and tap on the 8th fret on the first string with your second finger of the left hand. Next you pull off. Next tap again on 8, tap on 7, and then tap on 8 on the second string, and then pull off. One little tip when you're pulling off on the second string is pull off, and then you can rest your finger against the first string. You don't have to pull away from the guitar like that while doing pull-offs. Okay, so actually do a down move and pull off. And don't be afraid to do this down move and pull off with your second finger. It'll rest it against that string. It'll give you more power in your pull-offs. Okay, so we've tapped 7 and 8. Next, you're going to tap into the 10th fret with your right hand index finger. Tap from 10 and then pull off. Tap at 10 again, tap at 8, and then pull off, and then tap at 10 and pull off like that. This is with your first finger and then with your third finger. Okay, so that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Next after that, tap at the 12th fret with your index finger, and then tap at the 12th fret with your third finger on the second string. Pull off, tap at 12 again, and you're going to slide back, tap again with your third finger, this time on the 10th fret, and then tap again with your index finger on the 8th fret. Okay, so that's like this. This is 1, 2, and then after that you start the series of alternating hammers and taps with the right and the left hand. Okay, so it's right. What I found the best is, I'll tell you what the fingering is. The fingering is like your right hand first, pull off, third finger, right hand, first finger, and then you shift back to 5th position. So this is 9, pull off, 7, pull off, 7, and then 5 and pull off. So what you want to do is only shift once, because this is what's going to get, because this happens very quickly, you don't want to have to do too many incremental shifts with your left hand. You just want to shift once. Okay, so it's right, left, shift, right, left. Okay, or if you just say the fret numbers, you have 12, 11, 11, 10, it's 9, then 9, 7, 7, and 5. Okay, and then alternating between your right and left hands. And practice that until you get up to the basically as fast as you can. Okay, next after that, we're going to move on to the first ending, and it has some double stop taps, followed by some pull-offs. But the pull-offs, you don't have to pull off both fingers, just pull off your index finger. Okay, and then leave the finger that's tapped on the second string, just leave it there. Okay, so what this does is tap at 8, and then you're going to tap at 10 and 8, and you're going to pull off only with your index finger. Okay, so tap at 8, pull off, tap at 8 again, hammer on with 2 and 1 here. This is at 8 and 7. Pull off with your index finger, and then tap again at 10 and 8 with your third and first fingers. Okay, tap at 10. Leave your third and first fingers there, and just tap them on again. Do exactly what you just did. Tap at 10, and then this is 8 and 7, and then 10 and 8. Okay, so I'll do the beginning of the first ending by counting the beats. So that start off at 8 here. So at 8 we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now we're going to tap at 12, and you're going to tap, this is at 12 and this is at 10. So pull off, hammer, tap, hammer, and then pull off, tap again. Tap at 10 and 8, pull off, and then tap at 7 and 8, and then pull off. Okay, so I'll say the beats because that was a little bit confusing. 1, 2, there we go. Next after that, you have a little sequence of shared right and left hand tapping with some open strings. Tap first on the 3rd string, 11th fret. Get 1st and 2nd strings open with your 3rd and 2nd fingers of the right hand. Alright, next after that, tap onto the 9th fret with your left hand. Get the 1st and 2nd strings open. Tap on the 7th fret with your left hand, 1st finger, and then get the 1st string open. Okay, so that happens all at once. You have 11, open, open, 9, open, open, and then 7, and then open. Cool. Repeat the tapping part again, up at the start of the bridge. And then your fast part, do it as fast as you can. And next you go on to the 2nd ending of the bridge, which starts off, the first 2 beats are the same. So you're going to tap at the 8th fret, tap at 10 and 8, tap at 8, 8 and 7, 10 and 8, pull off, tap at 10. This time you're going to tap at 8 and 7. Okay, so you don't tap at 10 and 8, you tap at 8 and 7. So right hand tap at the 10th fret, and then tap again at 10, tap again at 8 and 7 with your left hand, tap at the 11th fret on the 3rd string, and then get 2 open strings, and then tap at 12 with your right hand on the 6th string. Okay, I'll do the 2nd ending with the beats, okay? So tapping at 8 and tapping at 10 and 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap at 11 and open strings. Great. Next, like I said, you tap here. At 12, get these open strings, 3rd and 2nd, with your middle and ring fingers. So you have 1, hit, get the 6th string open with your thumb, tap onto the 12th fret with your middle finger of the left hand, and then so you want slap harmonics on the 12th fret. Tap at 10, and then hit, tap. Okay, so said slowly like that, it's kind of weird, but if you have the beats, it's probably makes more sense. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and something like that. I kind of tapped on the wrong fret, but yeah, you get the picture. Okay, so that's the end of the bridge. We do the bridge a 2nd time, and there's a little bit of a variation. I'll talk about that. For now, we're going to move on to verse number 3. Verse 3 is the one that sounds a little bit less like the other verses. We're going to start up at the 7th fret, and you're going to start up with a small bar that covers the 3rd and 2nd strings. 1. Next, you're going to do a little hammer on with your 2nd finger, which hammers on from 7 to 8 and then pulls off again. And then you're going to get the 1st string open immediately after that. So you hit, and then you get your 1st string open. Next, 6th string again, 7 on the 3rd string, hit, slide from 5 to 4, and then get 5 again, but this time with a different finger. 5, you're going to get it with your 2nd finger, because you're going to reach over onto the 5th fret, 6th string like that with your index finger. 5, 5, 3 and 2. Next, this finger that was here at the 5th fret on the 2nd string, it's going to slide over into the 7th fret and stay on the 2nd string. And then you're going to hammer on with your pinky finger from 7 to 8. Okay, next after that, you're going to get your open 5th, 3rd string, and then this is 5 and 7. Keep this bar here with the 1st finger on the 5th fret. So hit, and then this is your bar that you've done, 4th, 2nd, and 1st strings with your 2nd and 3rd finger. Next after that, you have 9, 7, and 8. 9, 7, and 8 here, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. 1, 2, pull off from 8 to 7 and get a little bar here with your 1st finger. Next, get opens, hit, and then this is 5, hammer on, and then that goes on to something else. So you're going to hammer on from 5 to 7 with your pinky finger. All right, that's 3 measures. That's a lot there. I'm going to do those 3 measures again and actually count the beats. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. Okay, measure number 41. Again, this is at the 5th fret. This is thumb, thumb, index and ring, index and middle, sorry. Hit, get that chord, 6th, 4th, and 3rd strings. Next you get the 3rd string open, and this 3rd string open lets you position your small bar here on the 5th fret. Okay, so hammer 5, 7, 5th, hit, and then 5, 7, and then 5 again with your 3rd string. Okay, so I'll say the beats there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next after that, we're going to move on to 7 and 8. 1, hit from hammer on from 7 to 10. Beat number 3, 10, hit, and then 10 to slide to 12. You're going to slide from 10 to 12 and immediately get back to the 5th and the 7th fret. So that's 5 and 7, hit, 7 to 8. This is 4th string, 5, open 4th, 5 and 7, hit, and then 0, 5, and 7, and then you can get the 4th string again to get back to your position of 9, 7, and 8, which are those measures that we've seen before. Okay, so I'll go back and repeat those 2 measures that I just talked about, this time with the beats, the 7 and 8. So 1, 2, hammer on, 3, hammer on, slide, and then immediately back to 5 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. After that, 9, 7, and 8, we've really seen all of this before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Again, I left the bar there, but you can I removed the bar, but you can leave the bar there. Okay, so that ending of those last 2 bars there, we've actually seen those before in verse 3. You're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so once you're finished doing verse 3, you're going to go back and repeat the pre-chorus, and then you're going to repeat verse 3 again, and you're going to see a little bit of a variation in the bridge. Okay, the bridge is again this tapping part, and the only difference that you're going to see in the tapping part is going to be this. You have 8, tap 7, and then go from 8 to 10. Okay, so you tap 8 to 0, tap 7 to 0, and then tap from 8 to 10, and then tap at 8. So this replaces just replaces a 7 pull off and 8 pull off. It's 8 to 10. That's the only difference, and then it's going to be exactly the same in that tapping. Okay, once you finish doing all of that, we're still in, you're going to go back and do the verse 3 again, which you could say counts as verse number 4. It doesn't really matter. And then after all of that, you're going to finish, once you finish doing this part of the end of the verse 3, you're going to do the outro. And the outro is basically 2 measures to finish the song. Okay, so the outro is all in first position, super straightforward. 6th string open, hammer on, and then 2 open, 2, 0. That's 2 pull off to 0 on the 4th string. 5th string hammer ons, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, and then 0, 2. Rest, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, and then last is your open string on the 6th. So super straightforward in the first position. The outro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. That is gravity. Thank you everyone for watching this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe for more content. And share the video with your friends, especially the ones that play fingerstyle guitar and who know who Sungha Jung is, so they understand what this video is and aren't just confused about why someone has a guitar in front with tabs on the bottom and is just randomly explaining where you should put your fingers. So I will see you in the next video. Keep playing guitar. Show me your covers if you have them. Post them in the comments. I'd love to see them. And I will see you on the next video.